Alright, let's see here. I'm gonna try and do this quick because when I record these videos, they're large files. Look at this visible. I went to the visible spectrum on COD. Look it up, and you can go to regional, sub-regional, localized, and with the visible, you're bound to sunlight and darkness. But look at what I found out here. Holy shit. Look at that. I got it on the maximum. And the problem with this is I got it on 200 frames. So I don't know how long this is. It looks like it's over a day. But it might be a half a day. It's obviously we're catching it from sun up, okay, to sundown. So, but the problem with this is when you go to record this, you can just press and hold on the screen, and you can save it as a GIF, or you can save individual frames. But the problem is it won't. You can only save 100 frames. So I'll hit record, and we'll see. And you know what? It takes a minute to load. You got to have a badass connection. If you're on a desktop, which on hardlined, that would be best to do this. Right now I'm through a floorboard doing Wi-Fi, so it's a little backed up. So here we're saving. Oh, don't do that to me right now. Anyway, let's go back and look at that. You can exit out, and I think let's see if I can reload that. Anyway, I'll see if that ends up saving, and then I'll try to post that. But let's go look at that again in visible spectrum. Did it pause it? It did. And this is just sub-regional. We can go into localized. But you can see the progress of the clouds. It's a visible spectrum. Obviously, it's not actual photo. We all know that there's no satellites just staying perfectly hovered above recording this shit. It's just the same Air Force light points that they use that they've been doing for decades. So you can look at this shit and in visible spectrum. There's a couple different. You got a lot of different actual filters to use. So I'm gonna just really quick show us. There we go. Looks like we're downloading. Good. And they're pretty big sized. So you got a couple of visible spectrums that you can use, but that's a big fire. I mean, we're talking about smoke traveling, 50 to 100 miles. Let's see. Let's see what. That's the visible red. See what visible. See, and then you got to let it load for a minute. So it's just hard for me to do this on a video for you guys because this video already into it is huge. See what visible blue looks like. See how it's a little different, much of a filter. There's a little more of a haze to it. But when you're you can see chemtrails like crazy with some of these filters. Definitely with visible. But certain filters see certain altitudes. See, that's not as good. You can go into infrareds. I'll show you a long wave infrared. It's probably even hazier. But you can go into just precipitation. Ooh, see? I think you can see snow in the mountains or something. And then see, now it's paused because it's loading. It's every time it goes back around, it's got to load. So it's got to do its 200 frames. You can select it to do less frames at a time right there. I always do the 200. Okay, infrared's not picking up the smoke. So it's not precipitation, so let's see what particle size picks up. Near infrared. And I think this one reacts to sunlight. don't see any smoke. That's weird. The CO2. God, I just wish this shit wasn't so slow. And while I'm downloading something, it's even slower. Okay, I don't like that. Go to this. Let's go to this clean. We'll go to clean, and this picks up a lot of precipitation, so you get different colors of stuff, and that sometimes brings up anomalies. See, we already got like a weird little anomaly at the end of this mountain. The southern base of this mountain is where I saw the laser-looking thing come from. It came from the mountains there, and it was pointed south toward LA. So watch this little anomaly right here. Like, what is that? You know what I'm saying? That's just that little bit of precipitation that popped up. It's kind of weird. So no smoke there. Let's go into local and we'll look at our visible. Where was that? God, I wish this stuff didn't take so long. Damn. Forgive me if I can't. Let's go to visible red. Forgive me if I can't toggle through this fast enough. That thing needs to download like now. Jesus. Any day. There we go. So we're getting a little closer to it. Oh, it's got to see. While I'm downloading, it's way slower. So let's let it toggle through again. And then you get the point. I don't need to sit here and do this. So if we can find a map, we can pinpoint that. I'll just screenshot it right now. Line the coast up. Okay, so you see the valley, you see Death Valley, and it's right there. We're gonna line that coast up. Fuck it, I'll make a post out of this, so we all know where that fire is. I mean, see, we don't need the news. We don't need this shit. Let's see. I'd like to find maybe a topographic. Should we do this? Should we do this one? Or something with a lot of detail? That's the best you're gonna give me? Are you kidding me? Where's my real maps? Come on, dude. What kind of resolution is that? Good God, is it because of the down? Don't do that to me right now. Good God, man. Let's see here. Ooh, there's topographic. Here we go. So, screenshot. Now let's go to photo layers. Do I still have that? I do. Oh, background image. We'll go. Which one was it? Thought it was Didn't think I did anything. Okay, so let's just load that. Okay. Done. I don't know if this is going to work with the way I saved everything. Let's go add a photo. Let's do this one. Done. Now you got to change the transparency, the opacity, I guess. And we find that smoke. Oh, we got to look. Okay, we got to match the. We got to match the coastlines up, right? So it's in Mariposa County, looking like. That's close enough, right, guys? Okay, so it's in. Let's see, save. Save. So that fire is in finish. Okay. It's in Mariposa County. Mariposa County. So let's see what it says about Mariposa County fire. Oh, got one there. Briceburg fire for fire specific information. Mariposa County. Fire near Yosemite grows to 4,400 acres. Evacuees find shelter, but so suffer. Briceburg fire, 4,400 acres, 10% contained. So look, we found out where it was before we even went to the news. That was just my point in doing that, I guess. You know, utilizing real stuff online rather than having somebody tell us where something is or what something is, you know. And then the thanks, dude. Thanks for. Let's look at this one. What does that say? California blames what? California blames EPA for stalled plans to curb pollution, whatever. Okay, so that's our fire. You're gonna take that long to load my fire? So that's what we just looked at before we even knew where it was. We just found out it was in Mariposa County. Near Yosemite. That's a big fire for November. High winds. The fire reached 2,000 acres Tuesday. 10% contained. We'll get over there then. Good God. Pacific Gas and Electric Company planned to cut power Wednesday to nearly 1,800 residents in Coulterville, LaGrange, Greeley Hill, and parts of Mariposa due to changing weather patterns. Ooh, wow, imagine that. Changing weather patterns. Bus kidnapper makes 17 parole. Interesting. So, yeah, they're always. And you know what? These fires, they're just like the volcanoes in Hawaii. These random weird fires. Here's what I really want to say. That I don't care if it's a conspiracy or not. I don't care if it's a theory or not. I believe they feed some of these weather operations further inland. Okay, I truly believe that. We'll go to regional. We'll see what is west of this. Let's see what We'll see what's west of all of this. I mean, east, I'm sorry. We'll see what it might be feeding. Let's go to let's see what might be directly to the side of it. Well, look at that big system. Interesting. That's all water in the middle of the country. Imagine that. Oh, and look at this over Texas. Holy shit. Look at over Oklahoma. What the fuck is that? That doesn't look normal at all. Good God. The Omega block. So look at this directional shit. Let's see what are we doing here. So it's all getting sucked east. All that smoke is feeding that. Look at oh, imagine that. Look at this little microwaving going on over Nevada. So our fire is up around here, and it's blowing into that. It's blowing into that and doing exactly what we now know these systems do, which is go north over into Canada and then back south to clash with the south. Look at that. You can see a lot of trails with some of these. I know I kind of go on and on and on and take a long time for some of this stuff. But hey, you got to look around, you got to do a lot of observing, and you just got to look at stuff and think and just constantly observe. I mean, every day. It's kind of, it takes a long time to catch on to what's going on. Look at a visible spectrum here. Look what this bad boy looks like. You can see trails in there. I can. That's just regional. Hurry up, ding ding. Yeah, anybody could be like blah blah blah. They could just be whatever, you suck, this sucks. But hey, you know what? I'm doing what people don't want to do, which is use my own head and look at things for myself. Look at that. That's a frozen cloud. Probably a chem bomb. All these resonance waves usually a result of microwaving. It's the energy exchange, but it's pulsation. See, they float out like when you drop a rock in water. They're pulsing. It's a pulsing tower. See how it's pulsing out from? It's pushing everything out. Probably a military base. Let's see which. And you can see which when some things get sucked into certain areas. Notice how that's getting sucked into that. Notice how that's getting sucked toward that patch that we just saw. Now, but the other stuff's going north. Yeah, see, that all wanted to. That's all sucking towards that microwaved area. That's like that's coming from down there, and it burns away. Look at that patch that just fucking comes comes out of nowhere and then dissipates. Weird. See what the East Coast looks like. You can catch trails like crazy with this spectrum. You got to get in a little closer sometimes. I'm seeing trails right now, all up in that. Hurry up. Tell you where there's a lot of trails, it's up where I'm at. Not today though. A lot of West Coast trails. I'm in Seattle. Let's see what this shit looks like. I'm dead serious. Yeah, it isn't. Yeah, it's pretty dry today. Wow, I just turned this into a really long video.